Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Long. We begin in Broome County with an update to a fatal crash in the town of Binghamton over the weekend. The Broome County Sheriff's Office says at around 3 a.m. yesterday morning, deputies responded to a serious crash involving two vehicles on Morgan Road. An investigation found that two vehicles, a U-Haul pickup truck and Honda sedan, were involved in a road rage dispute. Police say the two drivers, 20-year-old Cody Diffendorf and 26-year-old James McDowell, engaged in reckless behaviors that led to both vehicles to lose control. The passenger of the Honda, driven by McDowell, 29-year-old Charles Burrell Jr., was thrown from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. McDowell fled from the area and was later located at his house.
This accident was avoidable, it was needless, and it was certainly senseless. And unfortunately, because of the reckless behavior exhibited on the part of the two drivers, because of their ongoing dispute over again, narcotics and a woman, a young man has lost his life.
The investigation also determined both McDowell and Diffendorf acted recklessly while driving, resulting in Burrell Jr.'s death. Both are charged with second-degree manslaughter. Diffendorf was remanded to the Broome County Correctional Facility, while McDowell was taken to Wilson Hospital for observation and remains in custody of the Sheriff's Office at the hospital. In Otsego County,